So welcome, bienvenue. We have two medalists from Rio. It's a big pleasure to welcome them here at the Meet of Paris. Un plaisir. We'll be both in French and English. Sorry. Ça va être un plaisir. You don't want me out of the picture? Come on, I know that. And no. You want the sofa too? Yeah, I know. You're perfectionist, so. And not the shadow. You don't want a shadow too. Huh? No. Good. Can I try to do some work? Or? I'm joking. And welcome to medalists from Rio. Emma Coburn, who got the bronze in 3,000 steeplechase, and Jenny Simpson, who came on the win streak to get the silver, which was a great race, both of them. Bronze on the 1,500. Was two good races. What is the feeling coming here to Paris, Emma, for you? Oh, sorry, Emma.
Coming to Paris is great. We spent a long time in Rio, so to be able to get out of the craziness of the Olympics and come over here and settle in and get ready for the race has been really enjoyable. It's been really nice.
Oui, non, c'est un vrai plaisir de venir ici pour ce meeting de Paris, sortir de cette folie qu'étaient les Jeux Olympiques. You've been recovered pretty well after the race, or you stay there, or did you come to Europe, or you had time to go back home? No, not at all.
No, we came straight from Rio. We came on the 19th, and so we've been here for about a week now, just training and resting.
Voilà, on est arrivé le 19 et on a pu s'entraîner et se reposer. Time to visit also Paris. Vous avez eu le temps de visiter Paris, both of you?
A little. We've been here a few times before, so we were able to do some tourist things on previous trips. This was more of a rest and recovery trip.
On avait déjà fait du tourisme avant. On était déjà venu. Jenny, you came to Paris several times too, huh? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm excited to be here after Rio because specifically I run my 1,500 meter PR here 2 years ago. So I felt like this was such a great track to come to after the Olympic Games. And then in the past week we've been here, we haven't done a ton of tourist stuff, but my husband and I went out to a couple of sites, and on the 23rd we celebrated my 30th birthday. So this has been a really fun trip to Paris, so I hope the race goes well to end it well.
Non, on a pris notre temps, on est revenu tranquillement, on a pu effectivement, on avait vu que certains endroits dans Paris, et puis avec mon mari, eh bien, on a pu visiter un peu, et surtout on a pu, when was it, the birthday? 23rd. Le 23 août, on a pu célébrer mes 30 ans, donc ensemble ici. Donc voilà, c'était un bel anniversaire à Paris, ça a été un vrai bonheur. So now, time for, again, the competition. We all know that it's never easy to restart after such a big event like the Olympic Games. C'est jamais facile de reprendre après les Jeux Olympiques. Hein?
So I think sometimes it's really difficult after such a big event to then, have enough energy to keep going. But I've been fortunate to be in the sport for a long time, and I know what it takes to come back and put out a really great performance. And I've done that before after I've medaled, and I definitely plan to do that again here.
With jet lag, it's never easy. That's what I'm saying. It's just like,
right.
You have the experience, but coming to another continent.
Right. Yeah, which is why we traveled here a week ago. It was really important to both of us to get here with enough time to get over the jet lag and be able to be really settled here and on the time zone so that we can race well.
Oui, non, bien entendu. J'ai l'expérience des grandes compétitions et forcément après derrière, on sait exactement ce qu'il faut faire pour pouvoir être performant, même si là effectivement il y avait le décalage horaire. C'est pour ça qu'on a pris le temps de venir au moins une semaine avant pour pouvoir justement s'entraîner et faire quelque chose de parfait. Emma, what is the goal for tomorrow?
I'm racing here in Paris and then next week in Zurich, and in both races I want to try and beat some of the women who beat me in Rio and try and better my personal best that I set in Rio. So I hope I can achieve both those things in Paris, and at a minimum I just want to kind of use this race to get back in the routine of racing hard and running fast and get that competitive spirit back that we've kind of been, like I said, we've been resting for the last week, so to kind of get that competitive edge back and that hard race effort.
Oui, mon objectif c'est d'être très performante, essayer de battre des filles qui m'ont battu à Rio d'ailleurs, j'aimerais bien pouvoir le faire parce que je vais courir ici et puis à Zurich, avoir aussi l'opportunité si c'est possible d'améliorer mon meilleur chrono et de le faire avec la meilleure forme possible parce que on s'est préparé pour ça, on a fait ce qu'il fallait, donc on peut être extrêmement performant. Is that the same for you, Jenny? Same goal, I mean, try to beat some girls who were ahead of you, huh?
Yeah, I definitely want to run as well as I possibly can. I'm really excited. The pace is set for a good sub 4 effort, and this is the first time I think in a few years that I haven't gone under 4 minutes yet. So that's certainly a goal of mine here.
Oui, non, bien entendu, ce sera un des objectifs. Et je suis très heureux qu'on ait pu mettre des lièvres qui vont passer pour nous faire un temps de moins de 4 minutes. Ça fait un petit moment, ça fait deux saisons que je n'ai pas fait moins de 4 minutes. Et donc, j'ai envie d'être performante et de réussir un bon chrono, justement, de ce point de vue-là. How do you explain? It was one of the questions was really good. Big dynamic in middle distance for US athletes at the games. It was like if you were all, I mean, having the same motivation, and you were very, very performing, like the Brits sometimes. But the US team was the men and the girls were really performing at the Olympic Games. Is that you've been training together, motivates each other? Vous êtes entraînés ensemble?
For Rio, I think the U.S. Olympic Committee and USA Track and Field really prioritized a good schedule for us leading up to it, prioritized medical attention for us, and in the whole year leading up to it, we had a lot of resources for...
was a right progression,
yeah,
everything was
yeah.
put together and at the right time.
Yeah, and then it also helps when your teammates are running well. It just helps motivate you a little bit more.
When you wake up and you know that somebody did well the day before, you want to go for it. You don't want to be after the cafeteria, they just say, hey, you didn't do it. Oui, c'est une ambiance d'équipe qui a été faite justement avec les entraîneurs, avec les médecins qui nous ont suivis, et les physios qui nous permettaient de bien récupérer. Donc il y a une progression régulière et il y avait une vraie dynamique justement de la part de cette équipe des États-Unis. You felt it too.
I think that it was a big advantage for us that we didn't have a big time change. And also because of that, a lot of American athletes stayed in their regular training routine until, a week or two before the games. So my personal observation and opinion is that I think that really helped a lot of people to really train hard up until, the really final week before the games. I think that was an advantage for us. And then also the last few years, the last 8 years really of American competition on the track, the middle distances have really gained momentum and started to win medals.
Big progression, yeah.
Right, and the progression of winning medals has really been going in the right direction for this year to have been as great as it was. So having been a part of that for the last 8 years, I'm not so surprised. I think the middle distances have been getting more and more competitive in the United States.
Oui, non, effectivement, on a pu venir. D'abord, on n'avait pas le décalage horaire. On était dans le même fuseau un peu. Donc ça, c'était quelque chose pour nous qui était très avantageux. Et on est venu 2 semaines. It was 2 weeks before. Training camp. On est venu se faire un camp d'entraînement 2 semaines avant, donc ça nous a permis d'être effectivement sur une routine d'entraînement qui était régulière et qui nous a permis d'être extrêmement performante. Et je ne suis pas surprise parce que ça fait maintenant quelques années qu'on voit le demi-fond américain être de plus en plus performant, obtenir des médailles. Et donc on a eu quelque chose de logique, j'estimerais justement aux Jeux Olympiques. Now time for these people to ask also some questions. Qui est-ce qui va en poser une? Oui.
You two normally train together, and obviously you had Rio together, and you came over here together, and you've had this week preparing together. How much does it help you guys having each other to rely on if one of you has a bad day in training, and then kind of the other one to pull you along, and how does that help?
I think it's really crucial to having a much more even experience throughout the season, that you have a teammate who has very similar training. Now, because our training is so similar, we often do really well at the same time, which has been really fun over the years. But certainly when something goes wrong for one person, even if it's just on a travel day, one person is having not a good day, or like when I'm celebrating my birthday and in a really good mood. And I think we share that experience with one another. And so it definitely helps keep the lows a little bit higher, and also when one of us has a really great day, we just feed that energy. So I think it's really important. And also, we don't get lonely on the road, you know, when you're traveling together. And I think that that's really helpful. This life of going from meet to meet, the weeks in between can get lonely when you're by yourself.
Oui, non, c'est une vraie dynamique qu'on a entre nous. Le fait de s'entraîner régulièrement ensemble, ça nous permet d'être extrêmement performante également. Vous avez des moments qui sont plus bas et donc le fait d'avoir quelqu'un qui connaît bien l'entraînement et qui peut aussi nous motiver. Et puis vous avez sur les meetings, lorsqu'on passe d'un meeting à l'autre, il y a des semaines qui peuvent être un peu longues. Et le fait d'avoir quelqu'un qui voyage avec nous, c'est aussi quelque chose de très très bien puisqu'on arrive à s'entraîner de la même façon. On a à peu près le même programme d'entraînement et donc c'est extrêmement salutaire pour les performances. One more question? Yes, we have two.
Thank you. Hello. This is to both of you. You're obviously coming to this meet as Olympic medalists, which is a new thing. Does it feel different, your preparation at all, mentally?
This is Jenny's third medal, and this is my first. So I think we probably have slightly different experiences. For me, it just makes it all a little bit better, a little bit happier. I am still just as focused and just as motivated as before Rio, and you know, having competed at this meet before, it's a very similar experience as in 2014 for me, even without a medal then. So day to day, it's all the same, except I'm just in a better mood and I'm a little bit happier.
Oui, non, vous savez, pour moi, c'est ma première médaille. Pour Jenny, c'est sa troisième médaille. Alors, c'est vrai que moi, ça me rend beaucoup plus heureuse. Je suis très, très, très heureuse d'avoir obtenu cette médaille. Ça permet de faire des choses, de meilleures choses également. Ça motive et puis ça permet de progresser encore. En 2014, il y avait eu des bonnes sensations ici et donc je voudrais pouvoir retrouver ça. Mais sincèrement, le sentiment que j'ai, c'est que je suis plus heureuse aujourd'hui. Voilà.
You guys have talked a lot about the coaching of Mark and Heather over the years. Can you just talk about that and how that's contributed to your Olympic success and maybe how you celebrated with them? I don't know if they were in Rio with you or not, but conversations you've had after the medals.
Yeah, Mark was in Rio with us, and then Heather has now joined. He went back to be with the CU team, and now Heather is here. So they tag teamed these two events. I think kind of my answer about Emma and I traveling together, I would say, is similar to having these same coaches over years. Really just consistency and having somebody that knows you really well and understands what's going to motivate you and what might be a difficult day to get through is really, really helpful. What we do at this level becomes so nuanced. And what is going to get that extra 1% out of you on a certain day. I think at this level, somebody has to know you really, really well in order to be able to tap into that and get the best out of you. And so I think the key really to my coaching relationship with Mark and Heather is that they just know me so well. And so we don't have to have some big conversation about how to be great at a meet. They and I have had enough experience together that they really intuitively know what I need going into a big competition.
Oui, effectivement, Marc, mon coach, était à Rio, il était présent là-bas et donc il est en Europe avec un autre groupe. Et comme je le disais tout à l'heure, en ce qui concerne Emma et moi, on a l'habitude de s'entraîner ensemble et cet entraînement régulier qu'on a eu depuis maintenant plusieurs années porte ses fruits. Il y a énormément de confiance, on peut travailler correctement, on peut progresser aussi ensemble et notamment lorsqu'il y a des grands meetings ou des grandes compétitions comme les Jeux Olympiques, on n'a plus besoin de se parler énormément. On a besoin simplement de se dire très peu de choses et on se comprend. Et donc cette motivation, ce qui fait, on gagne justement des pourcentages de motivation et de performance grâce à ça. Oui.
We were just talking about kind of other American middle distance runners motivating each other. And Emma, I think you were wearing Evan's hairband for your competition. I hope you're not trying to repeat what he did in Paris last year and stumble at the last time.
Hopefully.
The lost barrier, yes.
Yes, I did wear Evan's hair tie. It was helpful because running with this down would have been very annoying. But yeah, I think Evan has really done a remarkable job in the steeplechase, and I think he's, to be a silver medalist against the men he's going up against is really an incredible thing. So if I can emulate him, minus that last barrier, tomorrow I'll be really happy.
Oui,
He does, yeah.
la question, c'est est-ce que on parlait de la motivation justement des autres coureurs de demi-fond et notamment Evans Jaeger qui a fait une médaille d'argent sur le 3000 mètres steeple. Tu veux lui ressembler? Même tu vas mettre le catogan de ce point de vue-là, non? Mais peut-être pas avec la chute qu'on connaît, puisque l'année dernière il était tombé sur la dernière barrière et il était parti sur un gros temps. Il n'avait pas fait. Alors elle dit oui, bien sûr, il fait des choses extraordinaires et puis il a réussi à avoir une médaille d'argent. Forcément, c'est une émulation. Je vais essayer de lui ressembler. Je vais essayer de faire ce qu'il a fait sans la dernière barrière, en essayant d'éviter justement de chuter sur la dernière barrière. You get French now. One more question. Une autre question? No more questions. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. They will be free for some one-to-one if the press officer will be here with us.